People, welcome back to Trending Gist Room. The tax reform bill has been causing a lot of controversy, especially up north, where a lot of governors and northern leaders have voiced their concern in opposition for the tax reform bill. Now, Governor Bala Mohammed of Bauchi State has been vocal in his opposition, claiming the reforms are biased against northern Nigeria. He warns that such policies could lead to regional disparities and has threatened to mobilize against the president's initiatives. This tension between the president and northern governors and leaders introduces a complex dynamic as we approach the 2027 elections. The unfolding events could actually reshape political alliances and influence voter sentiments across the nation. While we monitor how this situation unfolds, don't forget to subscribe to Trending Gist Room and turn on notifications to stay updated on these and other trending stories.
Praise be to Lord. Praise be to Lord. We join our brothers the Christians in celebrating this very important day, the birthday of Jesus Christ. And we use the opportunity as a government, on behalf of the government and people of both the states, to thank the people, to thank the Christians for their support over the years, especially for my dear party, the PDP, and my humble self. Even when I was in ANPP, the Christians helped me and voted for me. And they believe in me, despite my limitations and my gaps in inadequacies. I really appreciate your support all through, up to this difficult time that we came for the second time. Whatever we are doing that we are appreciating, we are appreciating more. Because it's something that you deserve, it's something that you earn, and it's something that befits you. Because you are all my brothers and sisters. I am a special breed of person. Most of you are my blood brothers and sisters. And most of you are my tribesmen. We come from the same source. We only believe differently. My wife has said it all. You are free to practice your religion. I am free to practice my own. There is no compulsion in religion. So it should not be a dividing factor. And you have demonstrated this. You have shown support. You have shown appreciation. You have shown humility. Especially the chairman of CAN and his executive members. The little that we are doing are appreciated. That will give us a lot of encouragement. I call on you to pray for Nigeria and pray for all the leaders of Nigeria, including my humble self. Because Nigeria needs prayers. We are facing difficulties. There is a lot of wahala. There is a lot of hunger. And it is something that we have to pray for God to obliterate it, to remove it. We have to say it, but certainly it's not insulting anybody. We are calling on the presidency and the federal government to change their style. Whenever a policy is not popular, they should listen to people. They should not be arrogant and thinking that whatever they come, it must be. This is not an oligarchy. This is not a military rule. They must listen to the people. And that is what makes a good leader. And we pledge to be loyal to them. But anything they are doing contrary to that, they are calling for anarchy. They are calling for intransigency. And it is unacceptable. There is a lot of wahala. We must work together. Across the party lines, across all the tiers of government, to provide succor and solace to the Nigerian people. It is not about pride or ego. We must be able to do things that people will be assisted. Because whatever it is, the situation was not like this before. If the situation was bad before I came, tell me. And I must change. And that's why the presidency must listen to the tax reform. It is not a good policy for northern Nigeria. Because we are not going to get money to pay you salaries, to do roads. They must listen. Otherwise, they are calling for anarchy. And that is not good. We voted the presidency in this state and other states. They must listen to us. They must not come up with policy that favors only one section of the country or one state in the country. It is not about religion. It is not about tribe. It is about national unity. It is about national hegemony. And this is what we are all about. Good leadership. We will continue to be loyal for the time being. If the situation persists, they will see our real color.
The raging controversy over President Bola Tinubu's proposed amendments to Nigeria's tax administration structure won't just go away. Governor Bala Mohammed of Bauchi State in northeast Nigeria has recently spoken against those proposals, which are now before the National Assembly, calling them anti-North and a weapon fashioned against one part of the country and designed to favor interests from a specific ethnic group in the country. Governor Mohammed, who is chairman of the People's Democratic Party's Governors Forum, has again spoken out against the tax bills, this time going a step further to threaten to mobilize the North against President Tinubu during the 2027 general election. Arise News analyst Dar Shabwale joins us now to examine this development. Good afternoon, Mr. Shabwale.
Good afternoon.
Many thanks for joining us.
Pleasure being here as usual.
We had a dance session a moment ago, but what's your initial take on this matter?
The good governor is trying to threaten the president of the republic. He won't have his way, get me? But let us face the issue on the ground. The issue on the ground is about the tax reforms. And what the president is trying to do is to create a level playing field from what we had hitherto. Obviously, from the grouse of the governor and the threat, he thinks things are not going to favor the North now, which means the North has been benefiting before at the expense of the rest of the country. It's a federation. We have 36 states. Bauchi is just one state. And it's, very importantly, president of the Governors Forum of the PDP, which is the party in power. If I want to tease him, I will tell him not to threaten the president, but to wait until the next election, when if perhaps his party wins, he can do what he likes with the mandate. This president has the mandate. And this president has not shied away from this thing. You watch the media chat. He said he believes in it because it's beneficial for the country and this is the right thing to do. He has tenacity of purpose. And you see, if this governor of Bauchi State is not so blinded by northern fury, he should be grateful to the president. Because look at it, the North has benefited hitherto from the allocation of resources based on population, based on population, based on equal portion for all states. But what has the North done for its people? The North has been in power. I think we discussed this thing sometime. 48 years out of the 64 that we have been in, both military and civilian. You see, you have the highest number of out-of-school children in the North. You have terrorism in the North. You have insecurity in the North. You have no to Western education in the North. Girls cannot go to. And he still wants that status quo to continue. It is not on. It is not equitable. It is not fair. This is a diverse nation of many people. Let the North push his house in order. In fact, if I want to be blunt with this governor, I will tell him that he should be grateful for the reforms. And all states should be grateful for the reforms. But what it is doing is that you do not go every time, have cap in hand to the center to collect money. Develop your internally generated resources and be fiscally autonomous of the federal allocations and develop your own environment. It has not too much to ask of any leader. And for you to threaten, that is anti-democratic. Let those who take care of him on that take care. But if he wants a sound debate, he's entitled to it. And he should be ready for reactions from other people. That's the essence of democracy. And that is the importance of dissent. Dissent. Ability to debate and accept other people's point of view. Accommodation. Let the good governor of Bauchi learn that.
Right. Now, of course, this the proposed tax reform bills sparked robust debate from all corners of society. I believe we'll continue to see more of that going into 2025. And we believe that in 2025, we'll also see some sort of public engagement as well, as has been promised from the Senate. However, I want to take a quote from what the governor said and get your feedback, because he says, we are calling, and I quote, we're calling on the presidency and the federal government to change their style. Whenever a policy is not popular, they should listen to the people. They should not be arrogant and think that whatever they bring must be. This is not an oligarchy. This is not a military rule. They must listen to the people, and that is what makes a good leader, end of quote. Now, I bring this up because...
Can I comment on that? I'm taking my time.
I'll land very quickly, very quickly. In the media chat, it almost made it seem as though the tax reform bill is done and dusted, although it has not yet gone to for public interaction. In light of these comments, what's your take on that?
You are very wrong to say that it has not gone to, it did not go anywhere, because the source is the executive and it's in the legislature. The legislature is to approve it. You get me? I said it here before, that even the taxman who was going around doing consultation after the bill was in the House, you get me, was putting the wagon before the horse. And this president has said very clearly that he's not withdrawing the bill. He's the person in government. And you see, this is an opposition governor. You cannot put a gun to the head of the person who defeated his party in the election and who has the mandate. So let him learn to cohabit with the fact that it is the other party that is in power and not his own. Because that's the essence of democracy, and that's what I'm trying to say. This bill is taking its course. It will not be in the House interminably. You get me? What they said in the House when there was almost this stampede against it, what they said in the House was that they will refer to some people for some 6 weeks. 6 weeks is not eternity. 6 weeks will soon come to be. And then the bill, and the man who has the authority to put the bill there has said that he's confident the bill is for public good and that he won't withdraw it.
So you don't think public engagement matters for this particular bill?
Public engagement is even overstretched. And I said it here before. You see, when you discuss, there must be a time limit. You get me? And I will repeat it again. Your freedom ends where my nose begins. I have authority, and I have a mandate, I have a time lag to execute what I want to do. You cannot be how do I put it? You can't be involved in a debate till eternity such that you have no time for action. Debate, yes, but follow procedure for execution of policies. That is governance.